Welcome to the first episode, numero uno,
Yes.
of the podcast. Currently with no name because I don't know what to name this podcast yet, but we're gonna talk all things anime, video gaming, mainly on the FGC side because that's where we're at. That's where we always domain, and just life basically. This will be just like a normal chit chat with friends. We'll get rotating people every now and then, but I mainly want to keep it to like me and my boy the Cheesecake Man. Let me introduce y'all to the Cheesecake Man. Go ahead.
Let me see some. Let me do something real quick.
Go ahead.
You're trying to introduce your boy. I'm about to make something happen. Probably if it works, then they can see me on your end. But hang on real quick. Let me see.
All right, let me see if you.
Yes, sir. We in there.
Does it work? Does it work? Yeah, there you go. So I don't need this Genshin no more. There we go. All right, y'all. So here we go. There's the boy. There's the big homie. I've known him for years now. We've chilled together at Evo. We've been chilling.
It hurts, but you know, I don't care. I'm bobbing, baby. I'm bobbing.
Yeah. All right. So first up on this list for this episode of the pod. Whoa! What am I? But camera, please. So this episode will be solely concentrated on Kimetsu no Yaiba Mugen Train. We've watched this last night, and my initial reactions is just, man, this movie is such a tear jerker. It's a soul tugger. Like everything thrown at Tanjiro right at the beginning flashes back to him in this movie, and it just really, man, let me tell you, it almost made a grown man shed a tear, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. That shit was actually fucking good. This movie was good.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Stop you right there. You wanna know something?
What's up?
Last year, after the first season was done, I read ahead. I saw the Mugen Train arc even before it was animated. Let me tell you something right now. I felt for Tanjiro, man, because I'm just sitting like, man, this demon is low. This demon is low. He sat there, hit this man with his family, man. Like, God, that don't make no sense, you know. But towards the end, this man, I guess you could say, he had some major character development. Major, okay?
Yeah, it really did make you feel for the character a lot more. Like the anime definitely does it justice, but this movie really takes the cake on really kind of like having you connect with this characger. Oh,
look at this late person right here just popping up, man.
And this man
listen.
Bro, we told you already, man. You like what? Almost 10 minutes late, man.
Yep, you're almost 10 minutes late, but we're gonna keep it rolling. This is S Fangs, everybody. This is S Fangs.
Let me get my thing going here.
Yeah, go ahead and get your face cam rolling, brother.
That name night came up for this podcast, the Head Ass Podcast. You should go with that. No, seriously, you should go with it. It works.
I mean, if that name is not taken yet, then yeah, I can definitely do that. Oh, something.
Yeah, I think you should, honestly.
All right, so as S Fangs goes ahead and gets his camera thing situated, but this movie really does make you feel for the character a lot, and it really does show when you actually get to watch the movie. Like, man, why is it dark on your end, S Fangs? S Fangs, we don't need technical difficulties, man.
WWE theme and stuff. Look at him.
Listen,
my man about to pop out the Animaniacs.
Okay, that's what I got. It's all good.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Face reveal.
Yeah, there you go. S Fangs face reveal.
For those of you that have been wanting to see this man's face for a long time, there you go.
All right, so I'm gonna need. Yeah, there you go. We need to get your whole face and not just your bottom face of your. All right, so.
Yeah.
Initial reactions, S Fangs. What do you think of this movie?
I think the movie is really good. I think it captures the characters. Background story is really good. Like it takes the anime had, and it really does a good job giving it the recap that it deserves.
Yeah.
And I think this movie overall is like all the anime scene, all the fighting scenes, all the animations. It was all really well done. I think they really did a good job taking their time with it.
Yeah, they really did a good job with the fight scenes. Like, you really thought it was going to be just you really thought it was going to be done with just the train until the upper third came in. And man, that fight was just woo.
I don't even want to talk about it. Like I said, I read the manga arc already, man, and it was like, okay, I'm sitting there reading, and I'm just like, dude, it's like they just got them battling a lower, and I mean they struggled a bit, but they got the job done. Then here comes the upper third, and he just like instantaneous regeneration and everything else. They couldn't really seem to get a good clean hit in. The only one that was able to score that hit was Rengoku, but he had to pay the ultimate price in the result. Man, even then, it was basically, it meant nothing basically, because the dude, and for y'all that don't know, spoiler alert, he gets away. Tanjiro is like at his lowest at the end of that arc. So it's like now in this next arc, season 2, when they start, making those episodes, it's going to be a small rebuilding process for Tanjiro, but just keep in mind, this if anything, it broke him, but he's gonna come back stronger. I mean, it's like, the saying, you break a bone, it heals and it's stronger afterwards. That's basically what Tanjiro is gonna have to go through. Basically, he had to go through that moment where he was broken for him to come out stronger as a result.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the movie, the Hinokami, it's the Hinokami or Hinotami Kagura dance that he was trying to learn how to do.
Yeah.
He finally learned how to do it, but now he has to develop himself now.
Yeah, he has to really learn how to control it.
Yeah.
It's basically like every other character story arc. Like, we've all seen it with Naruto. We've all seen it with we have all seen it in Bleach with Ichigo. Like, it's the fact that they discovered this power, and they definitely need to get stronger, and the only way to do it is to just train. So it's only, unless you're reading the manga, like we're really waiting to see how Tanjiro will actually get to control this power. And actually gonna be, I'm gonna
answer that question for you, Lizzie. The movie left off at the, like I said, it leaves off at a really, really sad note. You won't see what comes next until season 2 starts. So yeah, at the end of the Mugen Train arc, Tanjiro, like I said, he is at his absolute lowest. When Goku, he died. Yeah. In Inosuke and Zenitsu just caught up to where Tanjiro was at and everything else, and Tanjiro was crying.
Inosuke was there, dog. Inosuke was there. He witnessed the entire fucking thing too.
Yeah, like, Inosuke was there watching everything go down too, and it's like, it's not like he didn't do anything. He tried.
Even his loudmouth ass
at the end right there.
Even his loudmouth ass was just shook, because that's an upper third. That's a high-ranking demon. And for him, who always charges into a fight, to be stuck, like,
he couldn't do nothing. I mean, it's like he didn't know what to do, really.
Yeah.
It was like he felt powerless at that moment. Now we've seen Inosuke, and he's like, he don't care most of the time. He gonna fight regardless.
Oh yeah, he gonna fight.
That was like the one moment he just felt like, I don't know what to do.
He was just definitely stunned, man. He was just stunned. Yeah. So let me go ahead and take some talking points real quick. Like, let me get your, we've all seen the fight scenes, we've all seen like a lot of the traumatic scenes in the movie. So let me get a Fangs, what is your favorite part of the movie? If you can take any piece of the movie, what would be your favorite part?
What would be my favorite part? It would definitely had to have been when mainly when Rengoku turned around, and I want to say it was the battle between them when they was sleeping, and then up to the point where like Yonjiro was helping Tanjiro with the lower class demon. How Yonjiro could, because the demon didn't know which way Yonjiro was looking, so he couldn't put him to sleep. because of the mask. So the mask is like OD, like a, you know.
A mask made him OD at that point.
Yeah. So I feel like when Rengoku kind of like grabbed that kid, that other, you know, demon kid, when it was like, you know, touch, like like instant, like instincts. So I think that was like a really good fight scene that I liked, that I could like dive deep into.
Okay. All right. So
I definitely like the Rengoku scene though, when he went up against the higher class demon. But that, I feel like that's just the main fight of that whole thing, where it was just like one-on-one.
Yeah, that was the big climax. That was definitely the big climax of the movie. My brother Cheesecake, favorite part of the movie.
I could sit here and tell you a fight, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you what Rengoku managed to do. He managed to stop that train without anybody dying. Can we put respect on this man Rengoku? May he rest in power for the fact that he sat there and was able to stop that train with nobody getting killed. Okay, I mean, we could sit there and list off fight scenes and everything else. And if I had to list off fight scenes, I'm specific scenes. I would say Zenitsu. In those 2 to 3 seconds when he pops up and he's knocked out, basically, he doing his thing, you know, using that first form, of course, his most powerful form, and possibly the only one he knows because he ain't messed up all of the other forms. But in those 2 to 3 seconds that he was on screen, eyes closed, sleep, and everything else, that boy popped off. But no, my favorite moment was Rengoku stopping that train with nobody getting killed while he was still fighting off that upper 3, of course, you know, well, during the lower 3, but then after the upper 3 popped up, he stopped the train. And like I said, you got to give that man respect just for that, you know?
Yeah.
That was my moment right there.
Yeah, the fact that he saved that entire train, 200
But
passengers.
he didn't do it alone though. Nezuko was there. Nezuko was a big part of that though.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, Nezuko was there. He was fighting, but come on, man. You gotta give props to Zenitsu. That man's desire to love and protect Nezuko. Come on, man.
Hey, you gotta also take into the fact that Rengoku before the fight, right? Rengoku, when he saved the 200 passengers, he was taking care of 5 cars by himself.
Oh yeah, he's fast.
He was taking care of 5 cars,
bro.
So the fact that he said he'll take care of 5 cars, Zenitsu and Nezuko are taking care of 1 car. You guys, Tanjiro and Nosuke, you take Boarhead and you go ahead and find the head of this demon on this train. Y'all go ahead and take care of it. I got this in the back. Don't worry about it. That is GOAT status. That is GOAT status.
That's leader status right there, dude.
Yeah.
And I got you though, Lizzie. You're right. You're absolutely correct with that. He does know the other styles. He just can't really use them. Not like that, at least.
Yeah, he can't use them. My favorite part of the movie. This is gonna be I could be like,
I'm waiting on this.
I could definitely be like listen, I could definitely name off a fight scene, but I'm not gonna do that either. But like, I like characters that can be able to think on the fly. I like characters that are actually fucking like fighting. So Tanjiro takes that cake for me, and the one scene, well, it's multiple scenes obviously, but during the time where he's constantly decapitating himself or cutting himself every time he slips into a dream state while fighting a lower third of the ranking in the demon ranks.
Wouldn't have been able to do that though without his father coming in though.
No, he was already in that, because he was in the dream state until he got the water, and then he was trying to snap himself out of it. That's when he started thinking about that, and then he got transported back to the dinner table. Remember that? So he already knew, and he was already thinking about Nezuko and trying to figure out how to get out of there. And then his dad came in and said, "You know what to cut." So this man, during the fight against that lower third, was up there, cut myself in the neck. Let's get back into this. Cut myself in the neck. Constantly doing that, thinking on the fly, knowing that he's asleep, knowing that he's still in the fight, and going through all of his forms, trying to, oh man, like Tanjiro takes that cake of like, that's the best scene in like him just knowing and just cutting himself and just fucking popping back into a fight. That is smart, and that's why I started respecting more Tanjiro, because he's not gonna be another like knucklehead. He's not a knucklehead in this one. He's actually thinking.
I gotta agree with Jack. He just said that was a mental fight too, while being a physical fight. So yeah, I mean he's not wrong on that. It was more of a mental fight than it was a physical fight.
Yep.
Because he had to keep cutting himself in order to wake himself up to fight this damn lower third.
Right. So the fact that like Tanjiro, I connected with this character even more, because like thinking on the fly, it's just like is just godlike, and he's gonna only grow. He's just gonna grow.
Speaking of growing, let's touch up on the fact what Rengoku told him about the black swords and everything else. You know, the fact that he said that those with black swords don't necessarily know what they want to master. Now, granted, Tanjiro hasn't really fully mastered the water style, but you know, he's getting there. But I don't have any doubt that he's gonna, you know, master it. But let's focus on the fact that with him knowing the Hinotami Kagura dance, he could potentially master water and fire. Granted, I didn't read that far ahead in the manga. I read up to a certain point with a certain flamboyant Hashira, but we ain't gonna go there right now because spoiler territory, like super spoiler territory for those of you that are not reading. But yeah, I think, and this is me speculating because I will read this and I'll let you. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I think he's gonna master water and fire, since he doesn't necessarily have like a clear-cut direction of where he's gonna go.
I mean,
since he has a black sword.
Yeah, they obviously hinted at that right at the beginning. Actually, that was actually pretty sick, because they were talking about all the 5 elements and what they could potentially master. Like a swordsman will master 1, maybe 2. But the fact that, like, I was thinking about it too, is like he has a black sword. They talked about mastering multiple elements at once. I'm like, this man is about to master 2 elements or maybe more, and I can't wait to see that. So
don't you say a word, Jerry. Let me get caught up and then we'll have that discussion.
So now
we'll have it, like, you and me will have that discussion, Jerry, because I'm gonna read the manga. I'm gonna get caught up. We can talk about it afterwards, because I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna let y'all know when I'm done.
So now we're about to get into a little bit of a nitty gritty. I didn't really find anything bad about the movie, but
I didn't either.
We're about to see if there's anything bad. Fangs, what do you think?
What do I think? What about the movie in terms of
no. What would be like if something stuck out to you that was like bad part? Like, what would you think?
I want to say the part that really stuck out to me the most was like, kind of want to say like some transitions where it wasn't as like some transitions just felt off because of like I want to say mainly with like the Zenitsu, because that man has to be asleep for his powers to work, and I know that's like just from the character from the anime, but like from how they went about it, they kind of went from like Yonjiro's dream to Zenitsu's dream, and I just felt like that was totally off a little bit.
So it's not particularly the movie per se. It's just like, literally like some kind of storyboard transitions, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say that. Brother, you got anything over there? Do you know of any part of the movie that you didn't like?
One of the specific parts, I'm gonna have to agree with Jerry, because he said that the pacing was slow in some parts, and I mean, I will agree, but mostly due to the fact that with them trying to translate the manga arc itself into a movie, and to touch upon what Lizzie said too, technically the Mugen Train arc ain't even done, because we've only seen like half of what's going on right now. We won't be a movie. I mean, and like I said before, I'm already like ways past after the Mugen Train arc movie even ended, you know, so I'm like halfway through well, specifically through the arc involving our flamboyant Hashira, of course. I'm not done yet. I still got a ways to go, like a long ways to go before I'm even done completely. But as far as the entire Mugen Train arc itself, yeah, we have seen only half of that. The other half, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna choose to do a movie or not. I think if you're gonna end the Mugen Train arc, you might as well just end it off and just do another movie. You might as well. I mean, well, they could do another movie, or they could just say screw it. We'll turn the rest of it into episodes. But see, my fear is they're gonna do that and be like, oh, we're gonna take another break for like another year or so. Oof. I don't want them to do that. I mean, it's like if you're gonna do that, you might as well just sit there and say, okay, Mugen Train arc part 1, and then just go part 2 and go into that other bit, because the next bit of what you're gonna see is going to be, in my own opinion, I found the rest of it to be pretty exciting. There was a lot of twists that do kind of pop up into this second half of the Mugen Train arc stuff. But rest assured, when you do see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But like I said, I still got a little bit of, manga left to read on that specific arc itself before I'm done, and then I go into the next stuff. But yeah, I'm like ways off from being done completely with the manga. And I might start reading that stuff probably like tonight, since I'm gonna have some time after I'm done streaming anyway to check this stuff out and be done. Because I mean, everybody was done with the manga since last year, like the end of last year. Well, yeah, it was done by last year, so yeah, I gotta finish it up. But yeah, bad part, like I said, transition wise, it was slow. But again, due to the fact that in the manga, everything was happening just like this. The movie was slow to kind of translate that pace. But I mean, either way, it was still good, So yeah, I mean, me personally, my only personal gripe was the transitions.
Okay. So let me. There wasn't a lot in this movie that I didn't like. I mean, obviously transitions, yes, it kind of felt off, but it was just storyboard. Like they try to have to follow a storyboard transition, which kind of felt iffy, but at the same time, it kind of worked out. To be honest, I wanted to see Nezuko do more. That was we've seen her defend everybody and shit like that. She was obviously fighting on the train and all that shit. Yeah. But I wanted to see Nezuko do more.
See, I knew he was gonna say that. I really
wanted to see Nezuko do more.
I agree with you.
Nezuko felt like. I mean, she helped him with the rope that was tied to him, and that's the bond that they had in the dreams with the other 4, I guess, kids that were sick and dying. But Nezuko felt like a filler character in this one, and that I hate that. I don't like that.
See, you know what, jkidd? I hear you. I do, but I'm pretty sure Lizzie and Jerry is gonna agree with me when I say this. The Mugen Train part was more about Rengoku and us seeing, well, for those of you that refuse to read the manga, for y'all to see what he was truly capable of. It wasn't Tanjiro's, Inosuke's, Zenitsu's, or Nezuko's time to do anything, because they will get their shine later, like they're saying, and I'm starting to see it. But this movie here was mostly for y'all to see what Rengoku can do and to see how truly powerful he was up until his final moments.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. Oh, go ahead, Fangs.
So I feel like in the upcoming, for when they do take the expansion, how I understand it, so when Goku was part of the group that Tanjiro came, and they was disagreeing with Nezuko's being alive, essentially, right? That was all of the group that lined up in front of the headmaster, right? They're all Hashiras. I feel like they're gonna show more what the other Hashiras are gonna be capable of. If that makes sense, because there's that monk with that braid, with the necklace braids, that's giant, and then there's the other woman that has the pink green hair.
Everybody's favorite.
All of them, I feel like we're gonna get to see storyboard for all of those, because they just get they're just we're here. We just share our appearance. They don't even fight. They don't. Nothing is just we're here, and they.
Yeah, y'all not ready for the Hashira arc. I'm not neither. I'm like I said, I'm off, but I understand where you're coming from though, as Fangs. Like you're gonna see more of the Hashiras. Trust me, you will. I mean, like I said, I just started diving into the flamboyant Hashira, the one that will show you just how flamboyant he is. Okay, and I know I use that word a lot, but once you start seeing those episodes, you're gonna understand why I'm saying it so much, because he really is flamboyant, and he will tell you himself during all of that. If anything is, well, you kind of get a glimpse of that when you meet him in that lineup. He said it a couple times.
Listen, I'm not
you'll
gonna
see it. You'll see it.
I'm not gonna disagree with you guys with like Mugen Train is obviously based around Rengoku, and it's based around how strong these Hashiras can be, and it really did show the strength of a Hashira. And I do want to see more, especially with the other Hashiras that are around. I'm just gonna stick to the fact that I just felt that Nezuko didn't do much. To me.
Look, Lizzie, I'm about there, man. I'm about there. I'm about there. Look, Lizzie, look at me, Lizzie, look at me, because I know you're saying I ain't ready. When I get there,
it's just like I said, my body is ready.
I'm preparing myself. Okay. That movie last night gave me just a small taste of what the Hashiras are capable of, right?
Yeah.
So did the Mugen Train arc and the manga gave me a small taste of what they're capable of. But trust me when I say, I'm preparing myself. So when I finally see the Hashira arc and I see them slugging it out and stuff, I'm slowly but surely getting myself ready.
No, they talked about in the Mugen Train, they talked about how a lot of the Hashiras tend to get killed from the higher ups because for whatever reason, they're just not that ready. Or rather, they're just not, like, they come up short. Like when Goku came up short when the bitch ran away.
She talking about we not ready for what we about to see. That's what she's saying.
But what I'm trying to say is like in the Mugen Train movie, they talked about how like there's been so many Hashiras that's been killed by these higher ranking demons. And I'm like, is the Hashira arc gonna end up being with them dying? Like they're all just gonna end up dying one by one? Because that just gives me a comic of kill vibes, Like everyone in that anime died.
Look, no, I have a rule. Never bring up that anime again. Because I grew so attached to those characters.
I know.
Just for me to sit there and watch every one of them die, except for one. And that was the girl, the main girl. Don't talk about that, man. I don't even want to think about that no more. I don't want to think about that no more. I don't, man. I don't, bro.
I just wanted to bring up a similarity because the Mugen Train did mention how the Hashiras tend to get killed off by the higher ranked demons.
I mean, yeah, because no matter how much training that they do, they ain't ready. I mean, they say they ready, they think they ready, but they not ready.
But just like Tandro said, though, is like I just mastered this one other thing, and now I gotta and it's like I was prepared for this, and I got this. But then that just brings me to like a fighting game community, like not fighting game.
Well, that's a part of life, man. You master one thing, but you're met with another thing, basically.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Same thing.
We all are met with like
Roblox. I feel like that heavily translate into like fighting games or like passion.
Yeah, when you feel like
there though, like that moment resonated with me.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling that feeling of what the FGC calls, we call it plateauing.
Yeah,
so we hit that.
I've plateaued a number of times, and JK can attest to this.
I've plateaued a number of times also, and I feel like I'm at a plateau right now. But you can definitely always grow.
That's Fangs is dangerous.
Yeah, you are, because you. Okay, look. You might be onto something. We saw one Hashira go down in this movie. Well, technically, I saw him go down in the manga, but I mean, we saw one go down. So you might be onto something. I don't know.
I just from like what the story from the headmaster, I think he was the one who mentioned how Hashira has been killed and when through the lifetime. So, but another point, how jkidd liked Tandro because he likes how Tandro thinks in the moment. That kind of just like relates to like top level fighting game mindset essentially, like heavily. That's what a lot of top players do.
We are all Ryu in this all shit, and we're always looking towards the next battle, trying to improve ourselves and stuff. So yeah, that's how I look at it, at least.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so we're gonna head off into the chat real quick because obviously we've had our thoughts about the movie. We've had our best moments, bad moments, not necessarily bad moments of the movie. Well, except for mine, but like the transition. But yeah, we're going to the chat, and Lizzie says, what did I say it like that? Lizzie says, I would say a gripe I have with this movie, haven't watched it, and the manga was how quickly Rengoku showed up and was killed off. I also agree with this because I feel like he was it's just remember
I wouldn't even say it's a gripe, man. That's facts, man. Like
that is facts.
I'm gonna sit there and show this
somebody this strong,
relatable character.
Yeah.
That we're going to grow attached to before the arc is even done, just to kill him off. It's like you telling us not to get attached, basically. That's what Yeah, exactly.
It was so fucking good. I was dead.
That was his entrance scene.
That was my favorite moment right there.
That was the introduction to Rengoku.
Him eating all them food boxes and just telling us how delicious they are. Yeah, I like that. That was dope.
And Tanjiro is just like he's trying to talk to them. What are you looking at? Talk to me. What are you looking at? That was funny as hell.
And then he goes into a humble and says like, sit down. Stay home.
But look, like I said, man, you know, despite all of this right here, you know, like I said, I feel like Rengoku's death, despite the fact that he did what he did what he could against that upper demon, and despite the fact that the demon did get away. I mean, I guess part of me is saying that it was meaningless what he did, but also it kind of helped push Tanjiro and the gang in the right direction because now they know they're gonna have to keep improving. They have no choice. They're gonna want to stand a chance against these demons, even though look. That upper demon right there, if that motherfucker didn't teach me anything, it was no matter how prepared you think you are, nah, bro, you ain't ready. Because if that was like an upper 3, just imagine what the other 2 are gonna do. Hell, even the one that's creating these demons are gonna do.
You know what he reminded? You know what he definitely reminded me of? Like,
if you talk about the big boss, I swear to God, you better not.
No. You know what Rengoku reminded me of? Like as a character in a movie, like when he just got introduced, and he just got introduced. Rengoku is really fucking strong. He fought his ass off, but then gets killed off. He reminded me of the introduction to Minato.
Oh yeah.
He reminded me of the introduction when you finally get to see Minato and how he was and how strong he was in order just to get killed off.
The Yellow Flash.
Yep. Just in order to get killed off, and you can see see the story arc. Like that's who it kind of reminded me of.
Yep,
definitely.
I agree. I agree 100%. You know?
Yeah, he was definitely used to give Tanjiro more inspiration. He was cool as shit. Yeah, Jerry, facts. Lizzie said, "Okay, I'll give y'all a small nugget. To be honest, that demon ain't shit. If y'all think he was strong, he wasn't shit. I'll say that." All right.
Yeah, I will have to agree. Like I said, the flamboyant arc, I've seen demons a lot stronger than that dude. And that's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Well,
I'm not gonna tell you what they can do, but I know they stronger than him.
That's gonna be a fucking thing on its own right there, because that shit, like, the fact that he was a
I realize now because you and Jerry done seen some shit. Right. I have to get caught up now.
When he got introduced, he was obviously a hand-to-hand combat fighter fighting against a sword, which is strong in itself.
Taijutsu.
Yeah, taijutsu fighter. But like other demons,
Jerry's like, I synced it.
Other demons that are gonna be stronger than that. Man, that's gonna be a hell of a fight. If anything, I don't know who the hell. We're just gonna see which Hashira is gonna go up against what, and how that's gonna just fare off into the next arcs, maybe even the next movies or so.
You wanna know who I'm like? I'm gonna be mostly sad if I see her die. Shinobu. She is so wholesome, even though behind that smile is someone who got man. I mean, y'all kind of. I mean, y'all saw a little snippet of how she used to be before she started smiling a lot.
Okay, so
But man,
okay, so into that, the Hashira that you, how can I word this? A Hashira that you want to see in action but don't want to see get offed. So that would be yours.
I don't want Shinobu to get killed, but I feel like if it's gonna happen, oof.
Yeah, let it happen. Let it happen in a big way.
I'm personally not ready to see her die.
Fangs. Do you have a Hashira that you want to see, and then you don't want to see get killed?
Now, see, it's kind of the opposite with it. I want to see them fight, but I also kind of want to see them get off because I didn't like them.
You are evil, bro.
Are you talking about, bro? What in the hell?
You are evil, man.
Jesus.
Like, God.
Listen.
You want to see him die, bro? Like, dang.
Listen. All right, here's the. I don't know. I forget who they are, but it's that one who was treating Nezuko really poorly.
The Scarface dude?
Oh, you mean that? Oh, hey, you know what? Out of all of them, yeah, I say fuck him, dude. I don't like him. He needs to die. I want to see him die.
I want to see what he can
die.
Sensei, I want to see what he can do, but like, I want him to die. That's
I don't care about what he can do. He did Nezuko both. He needs to die.
I do.
No, fuck him. He needs to die. You can't fucking treat Nezuko like that. She didn't even do nothing, bro. She sat there and just was defending all the humans and stuff. And you just like, nah, man, fuck all demons, man. She gotta die. Like, man, fuck you, bro. No, he needs to die. Care about him.
The one Hashira that I want to see in action is big dude with the stone necklace, always praying, always praying and always crying. The Buddhist. Man, I want to see him in action. I want to see him in action just to see what he does. But I kind of don't want to see him get off, because I feel like he's a character that would probably get off. But at the same time, he looks fucking interesting as shit. And I can't wait to see what he does.
I think he's like,
because that's a character that I kind of like and I want to fucking see in action.
Lizzie over here get me hyped up to read, man. I want to read, bro, so bad right now, bro. Man, I bet his backstory will make you change his mind, Jack. No, bro. Nah, bro. I don't care how his backstory is going to go. Even if I read stuff, even if I felt bad, I'm gonna still say the same thing. Fuck him. He needs to die. Okay, you don't treat Nezuko like that. Okay, especially when she ain't giving you any reason to make you think otherwise. I mean, like, yeah, sure, he tempted her by cutting his arm and making the blood show, but she fought the urge, man. She fought the urge because she was told, she was given one simple thought: protect all the humans, and that's exactly what she's been doing with her brother. So I don't want to hear none of that, man. I don't feel sorry for this dude. I don't care. Even like I said, even if I see his backstory, it's still fuck that dude.
I guess the other character that I kind of wanted, that kind of like liked in terms of the Hashiras, was the it was the one that was that sat right next to the Buddhist guy.
Jerry said they made a real fighting game. Okay, we gonna touch upon that later.
So wait, which one is Fangs?
Yeah, go ahead, Fangs.
It was whoever that was like sitting next to the Buddhist one that had like
the snake.
Talking about the one with the venom.
The snake. Him. Yeah. I want to see what he can do.
Orochimaru's lesser brother.
Lesser brother, I guess.
He
kind of reminds me of Baizu from Genshin. He also has around his.
All right, so all in all, with watching the anime, and right into Mugen Train, do you guys think this was a good send off for the first season, and you cannot wait for season 2?
Oh man, look, I'm already like going into like season 2, 3. Once I get caught up on, once I finish reading what I need to read, I'm gonna be like 3, 4, 5. Look, I'm gonna be far ahead of y'all. I'm just telling you right now. Okay. If anything, I learned my lesson after watching the first season. Go read the manga. Just get far ahead. And then when they start animating stuff, you're going to be even more hyped to see it. I mean, I was hyped reading the chapters. Probably be even more hyped when I see it animated, man. That's just where I'm at.
Okay. And S-Fangs is obviously, he can't wait for season 2.
I can't wait for season 2, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's automatic, bro.
Just like how long I had to wait for fucking No Game No Life.
obviously seeing everything go down and watching it in sequence from beginning to end, going into Mugen Train. Obviously, I had to wait a little bit. We had to wait like, what was it, like a month and a half, maybe
Forever
just to watch Mugen Train. So
yeah, basically
with the fresh knowledge, definitely with fresh knowledge of watching all the episodes of season 1 going into Mugen Train, this was a, how can I say, an amazing send off. And an amazing transition of what we're gonna see later on, because
a nice introduction to season 2.
Because if you ain't think like in the anime, you obviously felt for the character. Watching this movie, you would definitely feel for the characters. Like it's a good movie. It really does justice. It really does justice to to this anime, to this manga, Kimetsu no Yaiba. It really does. So with that, we're gonna wrap it up here. Go Fangs, go ahead and tell them where they can find you. Link everything that you have.
Twitter, Twitch, that's about it, other than my YouTube videos.
Tell them your user handle's full.
Oh, user. I don't know what you mean by that.
Oh my god.
Twitch.tv/sfangs.
Yes.
Underscore Fangs.
Oh,
yes.
Man.
All right, so guys, go ahead and follow him, my brother.
Man, look, you already know what it is. The Cheesecake Man, pretty much everywhere. Just make sure you spell cheese with 2 E's, not 3. And make sure that S is a Z.
All right.
The Cheesecake Man, like that, okay?
All right, go ahead and follow that. And also, I'll put all of the links down in the description just to make it easier. You guys remember to send me your links just so I can make it easier in the description. This will be posted up on YouTube. And if you guys want to see future episodes and all that, be sure to follow me on Twitter at IFC_jkidd808. Make sure to follow the Twitch as well. And
let's get this video to like 10 likes and we'll do episode 1 officially.
I mean, this is already episode 1. I'm gonna enable episode 1.
This is episode 0. How many times I gotta tell you? This is the pilot.
Man, I already stated in the first part of this damn podcast it was gonna be episode 1, so there's gonna be episode 2 later on, guys. I mean, we
this
already
guy right here. We don't know how TV work.
So be sure to follow me on all the social medias. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Go ahead and give them a send off, guys.
Remember to have yourself a slice of cheesecake, specifically strawberry, because that's my favorite.
That's Fangs. Give them a send off.
I don't have a send off.
Just say bye, motherfucker.
Bye.
All right, so everybody take care. This will be the end of the podcast. Be sure to follow everybody and listen to the description. Follow my brothers over here. We're gonna have rotating people allowed. Hopefully I can get these 2 next time we do this. We're gonna try to do it every Sundays. So take care, everybody. Peace and love. Too sweet.
Goodbye and good night.
Bang. All right, and that will be